Alright, Pugnos, today we're going to be doing the SHW Electric Height Adjustable Desk. It's a walnut. This puppy's 60 pounds, and this is what it looks like. Down below in the description is going to be a link for this desk. I think it's really good for those who, really have a light office setup, who need something in the corner of their family room, need something that's height adjustable. This should do it. Very reasonably priced. I'm using it for my studio. You can see that we're in my studio and it's a little messy, but we're going to build this out for you guys so you know how to do it. This is not a sponsored advertisement. I was not provided this complimentary. I purchased this with my own money, so you know where my bias is. Let's go ahead and get unboxing here. I have an audience apparently. The kids decided to join me, which is fun, but I'm not having them on camera because it gets too hectic. I just want to manage it myself. Say hi, boys.
Hi.
Okay, so here is the width and length of the board. It's pretty good. That is pretty long. I don't know what the dimensions are. I would say this is over a foot, and this is probably 3 feet. It's got a walnut veneer. This is definitely particle board. It is not a solid slab of wood. So with these builds, what I like to do is I like to take all of my materials out, and then I like to place them orderly and neatly so that I know where all my items are. Alright, here is the motor that's going to be driving your desk up and down. Here's the various hardware for connecting the desk and the legs. This is these two are the legs. Here are the side stands. Here's the AC adapters. Oh, there is it almost looks like an Ethernet cord, but it's what connects for you to control the height of the desk. Here's a cord basket for underneath, and here's some more railing. Okay, so I'm going to be working in this space, building it up right here so you can see it. So a little bit of it is off camera, but that's okay. That's to be understood. It comes with Allen wrenches and all the tools needed to fasten this stuff together. You don't really need anything else. Each bag is individually marked, and the dowels are there as well. Okay, first step, we're going to build the base of the feet. So we need to get A and B. A is this with the motor. B is the other one, obviously. Then we match C together and start building right here. Get your Allen wrench, and then you're just going to be placing 4 of these screws in each one of these holes. Okay, so step 2, you're now going to be taking D, which is this very long part, and we're going to be building out the back of the desk. Okay, so we're going to take this side, it's like a C thing, and you're going to make sure that these tabs are up. These tabs need to be up, and then you're going to be placing 2 screws, 1 on each one of these holes. So let's do that. Continuing on this step here, I've got the base in. Now it can stand up. Now you got to put the supporting bolts right here, which should be pretty easy to put through. It was a little tricky getting this bolt in, but I think the easiest way to do it is to put the bolt through, have this spaced out, and then once the bolt is through the hole on this supporting thing, then you feed it into the back of the base. Okay, moving on to step 3, you need to take F, the motor rod, and there's a little joint here with springs where the motor drives the rod and causes the other leg to move up. So you need to fasten that together. This is what that looks like. They have this like ball and hook, and you need to place it this side first. There's that spring mechanism, and then you've got to fit it into the motor, and then the spring allows it to sit there now. Very, very straightforward. Next step, step 4, you need to flip it around, or at least go on the other side of it. And we need to put on this other supporting rod. So you're going to be having these hooks up, and I need some help. So Nick, come help me.
Okay. Leave, man. What is it?
So like I said, you feed the bolt through, and then you're going to align it here with this hole. So help me align it, and then start.
Wait, the hole is at the very edge, right?
Right. Now I'm going to be flipping it here because the way that the instructions have it makes sense for me having the motor on this side. It doesn't matter where you have it, just make sure that you're following the correct directions on each side. Step 5 here, we're going to be adding these brackets that hold up the table portion, and they're going to be connecting on this side. So I need your help, Theodore. Moving on to step 6, we're going to be putting the wire basket on, and you're going to be hooking it on. This has got to be on your left-hand side, and you're going to use these hooks for where you're going to be connecting it. So you've got those little fingers, and it just kind of connects like that. You really don't need any screws. You could have it on the other side if you wish. It's totally up to you. This is just basically for your cords. This wire basket's for your cords, as well as the cords and power supplies for the actual devices themselves. Step 7, we're going to be placing the power supplies in. So you're going to be taking this, it's like 7 cord thing here, and you're going to be connecting it to the back of the power supply. Later on, when we install the positioning, you're going to be connecting this onto the other part of the power supply. Alright, so that completes the short term of the desk frame itself. I'm going to move it off camera, and then we're going to work on the wood part of the frame, the wood part of the desk.
Step on it.
Alright, the way that they have it positioned here is this cord hole is going to be the top left, and then you're going to be connecting the flat side with dowels on the flat side of the other part of the table. This is going to be hardwired down. You've got these little holes right here. You're going to have that downward. So it's not quite a full slab of table. You're going to be connecting it. And you have to use these dowels. There's no glue though. It was at this point here that my camera turned off. Unfortunately, it only records for 30 minutes, and I didn't realize that. Nonetheless, what I ended up doing is I connected the table with the given dowels, which you saw. You connect both slabs together, and then you fasten them. Okay, my video cut out right when I was putting the table together. You can see that there's a seam right here. This is where you put all the dowels there. The next few steps are pretty straightforward and requires the help of a partner, a friend, a sibling. In my case, it was my kids. So the hardest part was put together. All you have to do next is place the table on top of the desk brackets, and then you gotta screw them in. There's 4, so there's 8 in total. What I typically do is I will kitty corner it. So I'll tighten that one, then this one, then that one, then that one, and then just kind of crisscross until it's tight. And that's about it. The last steps are dealing with the cords and tying them together and connecting them to the power supply, and then fastening the remote here to the board. There are 2 pilot holes that are already pre-screwed in on each side, depending on which one you would like to use. I'm going to keep it on this side because of the positioning of my studio, but you screw them in with a Phillips screwdriver, and that's basically it. Let's go ahead and show you what this looks like in action. Alright, so here is the machine. Here's the remote. You just start pushing it, holding it down. It shows you numerically the numbers as it rises. You've got all these pre-settings that you can set. I'm just going to show you how high it goes up. I'm going to show you what the motor looks like as it spins. Okay, as soon as you've completed the initialization and the reset, you're going to go ahead and find the desired height for the lowest height. I'm going to do it at 71 or 70. Then what you do is you hold M and the number that you want to save it as until it beeps. So that should have set the lowest. I'm going to go up a couple. I'm going to hit 2. Okay. So when you press it once, it just shows you what the height was. If you press it again, it'll go down. There we go. We're going to go up to the highest point. I want it at 110. See how high it can go. Making sure we clear. That's 110. That's like perfect. That's exactly how high I kind of want it. This lens is not the lens I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using my 35 prime. But setting it here at 110 I think is exactly where I want it when I'm going to be messing with my stuff. Now we're at my desired height. We're going to press 1 and M together. And that's set. We've got setting 2, setting 1. Okay, I'm going to go see how tall it gets. What's the highest? Looks like 114 is the highest. We're going to go tap 1 twice and it'll bring us down to 110. Alright, so this should do it. This is the position. This is exactly where I want to have it be. I think it looks really good where I have right here at the edge of the frame, the desk kind of coming out and getting these cool angles. Once I start building out the back of the set, it's gonna look much better. A few things to know: some of the hardware, like some of these steel frames and stuff, have sharp corners, so be careful. I did cut myself. I'm not bleeding, but it did serrate the skin, so be careful about that. Also, you do need to have a Phillips head screwdriver. I recommend a power tool. It was a little tricky to get the height adjusted correctly, but I was able to get it. Nonetheless, it is exactly where I need it. 110 centimeters, I presume, is perfect for me and my size and being able to get this. So with that said, guys, hopefully you guys like this content. I really enjoy doing it. My name is Andy. This is Andy Vlogs. Hit that subscribe button if you like this. Hit that like button if you do as well. We'll see you on the next one.